May I have a drink, please?
Yes, dear.
Winthrop, it's after dark. Now is that the way to walk into the house? Hello. Now that won't do at all. I'll have a kiss from me by. And the lady over there's your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where's your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you please come? I'd especially like it very much if you'd come. Winthrop?
Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you to our party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
He won't say Amaryllis because of the S, because of his lisp. He's ashamed.
We know all about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I bet he won't say it.
No, thank you, Amaryllis.
Amaryllis! Amaryllis! He's crying.
Mama! Winthrop, where's you been? Fishing with Harold.
You mean Professor Hill?
Mm-hmm. And look, I still got some worms left.
Did you have a good time?
Scrumptious told me all about his hometown, Gary, Indiana. And he said he'd take me there someday. And he also taught me a song that hardly has any S's in it. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, that's the town that knew me when. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I happened on this elegant syncopation, I would say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that could lie my face. Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome. But Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I happened on this elegant syncopation, I would say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that could lie my face. Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome. But Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home.
Winthrop.
Well, hey, wait a minute here, son.
Let me go, I'm not your son.
Not till I talk to you for a minute first.
I won't listen. You wouldn't tell the truth anyway.
I would too.
Would not.
Would too. Tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty, rotten cook?
Yes.
Let me go, you big liar.
What's the matter? You wanted to know the truth, didn't you? No, I'm bigger than you, so you might as well sit here and take it. And stop wiggling. There are two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a great kid. I thought so from the first. That's why I wanted you in the band, just so you quit moping around feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's a band, kid.
What's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Now that I think about it, the other thing isn't any of your business.
I wish you'd never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe him?
And I believe everything he ever said.
But he promised us.
I know what he promised us, and it all happened just like he said. The lights and the flags and the colors and the symbols.
But where was all that?
And the way every kid in this town walked around here and looked and acted all summer, especially you. And the parents, too. Does Mama wish he'd never come to River City?
But you do, don't you?
No, Winthrop. Now go, Harold, please.
Yeah, go on, Professor.
I can't go, Winthrop.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door.
Oh, that's amazing.
Gone just like that.
Yoo-hoo! Am I allowed to enter?
Who is that?
It doesn't sound like Miss Talby.
Yoo-hoo!
Come in.
Whoever you are.
Trick or treat!
I think we got the trick.
Great. You're a day early. Halloween is tomorrow.
Perhaps above Bradwick, every day is Halloween. Newlyweds, aren't you?
3 months.
Isn't that special? Mustn't be afraid of me, children. I'm a good witch. The good witch of Salem Farms. I brought you a little housewarming gift. What's it to be? The basket of apples or the witch's broom?
The witch's broom.
I mean,
the
the witch's
apples.
broom.
I'll leave them both. Folks in Salem Farms are wondering what you're like.
You don't say.
Do I look like a real witch?
Oh, now I understand. Yes, you do look like a real witch. You'll do wonderfully. Where's your partner?
What partner?
I asked for a woman and a man.
Who'd you ask?
The rent-a-guest agency, of course. It isn't necessary to audition.
Audition? You've obviously mistaken me for someone else. I'm your neighbor.
You live next to me.
Nobody lives on this side of the road. You're quite alone. That's my place. Over there. Across the way.
Oh, the witch's gift and tea shop. I do apologize, Miss Bradwick. How nice of you to stop by. And thank you so much for the broom and apples.
Call me Hepzibah.
Hepzibah.
I'm Hildegard.
Jonathan, make yourself at home.
Please do.
It will be nice having people living here. I don't like to see an old house stand idle. The last tenant didn't stay very long. She up and left on Halloween a year ago. Here one moment, gone the next. Poof, like smoke up a chimney.
Why was that?
I never found out. There were rumors, of course. There are always rumors about this place.
Huh?
Oh, you know, the usual moans and groans, creaks and shrieks.
You mean the house is haunted?
Every house in Salem Farms is haunted in one way or another. Haunted by history.
Oh, you mean the Salem witch trials, back in Puritan times.
The folk who settled in Salem Farms had nothing to do with the folk who lived in Salem. Two separate worlds. Though they did mark down the name of Asa Good, the man who built this house.
Why?
Didn't Dorothy tell you? The authorities were certain that Asa Good was a warlock.
You mean a male witch?
Exactly. But before they could grab him and drag him off to Gallows Hill, the witch-finding craze was over, and his life was spared.
You're a wonderful source of local history, Hepzibah.
I know everything there is to know about this little community, and then some. I hear you're going to open a B&B.
Bed and breakfast, that's our plan.
I do hope you're successful. This house has not been lucky with its tenants. The last tenant ran an antique shop.
Yes, we know.
It's been a tavern on a couple of occasions.
And a jail.
But B&B, wonderful. We should be good for each other. You must visit me tomorrow evening, Halloween. I'm hosting the Pumpkin Patch Bazaar. I've decorated my backyard to resemble a graveyard. I've had imitation tombstones planted everywhere. Cider and donuts for one and all.
We're having open house.
We figured it'd be a good way to introduce ourselves to the community. Nothing special, the usual Halloween nonsense.
Don't say nonsense. I take Halloween seriously. All of us in Salem Farms do. It's part of our heritage.
We intend to play up the heritage of Salem Farms. People like that sort of thing, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Telephone man.
Oh, am I glad to see you?
I stopped by earlier. I found the keys, but I couldn't get the door open.
A hard push on the right and a hard push on the door. You should know that by now, Fred.
You two know each other?
Don't hover, Fred. Either go away or come in.
I like to be asked.
Oh, I'm sorry. Come on in. I'm Hildegard.
Right. Jonathan Putnam.
Fred Hawkins.
Fred can do more than install telephones. He's a man of many talents.
What Hepzibah means is I'm a handyman on the side. I can fix telephones, plumbing, televisions, radios, you name it.
Good